A few years ago, our Senate President, Peter Courtney, took a tour of the state hospital and discovered these cremains sitting on shelves in a room. Nobody knew about the cremains. And we're trying to figure out what was some of the history of how the cremains got there. Some of the cremains have a lot of corrosion and may have or are at risk of breaching. It's believed that due to the publicity and more people looking at the cremains, this has speeded the rate of corrosion. The cans that show evidence of corrosion have been separated from the cremains and from those that are not showing signs of corrosion. They cleaned the cans, and I will tell you that these cremains each have their own individuality with the way that the corrosion has impacted them. And when I saw the photo of them after they had been cleaned and placed into the plastic boxes, it took my heart away for a moment. There were originally 5,132 remains stored at Oregon State Hospital. The remains of those buried in the original cemetery have been lost. There were 1,500 people buried in that cemetery. Descendants have since claimed approximately 150 of the remains. There are 3,551 remains that have not yet been claimed. 4 of the urns cannot be identified. That said, we still have work to do. One of the challenges that we have in Oregon, and I am assuming this is also true elsewhere, is the HIPAA law. We have been told that DHS cannot release the names of those people that they have, and even though the state legislature passed a state law saying they would, they have not done that yet. And because the way HIPAA was passed, it extends beyond death. So I would ask you today, as fellow advocates, to help us look at modifying the HIPAA law so that we can reclaim dignity and identify people by their rightful name. And hopefully that if family members would like to reclaim them, that they can have access to the remains of their, and know where their loved ones' remains are stored. I feel like, in some ways, even though this is done to protect them, being placed in institutions was also done to protect us. And I apologize for the tears. I just have a hard time talking about this. Because I know that this is, if it wasn't for, if this could have been me at some point in time, it had other facts changed in my life. And all I can say is never again. I don't want people to suffer the deprivation of dignity in order to get help.